Good morning. I think maybe you will be surprised when you hear me say this, but Swedish media sucks. Right. I think you can use Swedish media for one thing only. You can learn about people. Because eventually media will talk about a situation. Hopefully they will. And we have a situation in Sweden with a lot of people coming here, right? People of certain cultures came here and we got a big situation, right? So people are aware of this now, and now media is talking about it, right? They are even saying this: maybe Sweden is having regrets. See, there's a book. It was written by two guys, Ganman and Panshiri. These are good guys, and they have been talking about this situation for a long time. And now they were invited to the TV studio, national TV, TV4, to talk about the book, which was quite surprising. And the TV hostess, she was very nervous. You see, these two guys, they are bad people, according to the establishment. They are not politically correct. So they were in the studio and she was nervous. But they talked about it. Is Sweden having regrets about getting all these people here? And they brought up a lot of examples and problems, of course. So it was good. So then you know that the Swedish citizens, they are aware of this situation and they are talking about it. They are having regrets now, see? So it's great. Now it's all very much too slow, of course. Nothing really will change, because they are still not talking about the real problem, which is people of a certain faith, according to me. Right. And I don't see anything happening on this. See, they are still not talking about that one. No, something could happen in Sweden. If I became the king, then things would change. That would be my first priority, to send them home. I don't see the big deal. You're just going home. What's the big deal? You have the books, all right. You're going home now, back to your homeland. I don't see the big fuss about this. So yeah, that would be my first decision. Right. I saw this other story. This is from California. First, it was hard for me to believe it, but it's true. Okay, so they have a proposed bill in California. No more police dogs. Right? They don't want police dogs anymore. Why? Because it's racist. Now, I didn't believe it. Well, I thought maybe this is true. But it is true. This proposed bill, was written by an assemblyman, Corey Jackson. Listen to what he says. This aims to end a deeply racialized and harmful practice that has been a mainstay in America's history of racial bias and violence against black Americans and people of color. Right. And there was another guy, Rick Calendar, from the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. He said, police canines, dogs, have roots in slavery and have been used as tools of oppression for black, brown, and other communities of color. Right, so that's the thing. Dogs are basically racist. Using dogs. Right. I thought it was like this, Somebody's committing a crime, robbing a store or something, and then comes along a police officer and he's got a dog with him. That's what I thought was going on, there was a crime first, right? Isn't this weird? I think it is. Because, so you just get rid of the dogs because they are biting the black people and people of color. But why are they doing it? Well, this is so peculiar, isn't it? But they actually came up with this solution. Just get rid of the dogs. What problem would you solve by this? I don't understand. Finally this, I've been watching the protests in London from this weekend, maybe yesterday. Fantastic. I'll post a link to it. Yeah. They are protesting the tea and what the government has been doing. And they are chanting. They chanted, "They know people die," right? Well, that's correct. I think they know it. It's great. No, I've been talking to a lot of people from England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, right? Great people. I think you have a problem in England. Maybe we have the same here in Sweden, but I know about it in England, right? You have quite a few wankers in your country, right? You have this problem. Now, I'm really talking about, when somebody's trying to do something in England, in Britain, there are some people who complain a lot. I call them wankers. Whenever anybody is taking any initiative and starting to become sort of a leader, doing something good, there are a lot of people complaining about it. About that person, complaining about that person. Right. Why don't you just let them do what they do, and complain about the government? And Hancock, well, you do this too, of course, but I don't know if you have this problem, but I think so in England. You have to deal with your wankers. Stop listening to them. Be a bit more positive. When somebody is trying to do something and actually accomplishes something, say, okay, admire it. And say, okay, that was good, Don't be bitter about it. Now, as I said, maybe we have the same problem here in Sweden. I just don't see it that much, So, that's just what I wanted to say. Right. Be good.